Animated sun rises in yellow sky over orange mountain range to reveal a blue duck and fish over water resolving into U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service logo.
Throughout the video, Joey Harvin, Janice Wilson, Stephen Scott, Eugene Wilson, Federal Wildlife Officer Jason Veers, Lieutenant Jonathan Stone, and Deborah Sutton speak about the Hunters Helping the Hungry program. Text reads, Hunters Helping the Hungry provides hunters the opportunity to donate ground venison to those in need. Text reads, in Alabama, hunters donated 45,000 pounds of food since the program began.
And when I was a young boy, my grandfather loved deer meat. I remember that about him, but I don't believe he ever killed a deer in his life. But he had a brother, Danny, that was an avid hunter, and Danny always made sure that he had deer meat. When I heard the chance of being able to give something back and that, it just made me think of my grandfather, and if someone wasn't giving back at that time, he wouldn't have got to experience something that he enjoyed.
There's someone always in need, and not basically just the needy, sometimes just a little help. Stuff goes a long way.
You know, we like to help as hunters all we can with the wildlife and with what we harvest. Nobody wants to waste their harvest. Everything goes to a good cause with it.
I think it's a good program because you have a lot of folks in this country that needs a little help, especially around this time of year. I wouldn't want to say nobody that wouldn't have something to eat. And we've been fortunate that we do, and so that just helps people that don't.
One of the biggest misconceptions that non-hunters have towards hunters.
Non-hunters may have the idea that hunting is a sport just to go out and kill wildlife. And it's not. That is a very low percentage of the activities involved in hunting. There are illegal hunters who come out and poach, but the majority of hunters hunt because they enjoy the sport, they enjoy the meat that it provides, the opportunity to get out with family and friends, enjoy the outdoors, and they also see it as a way to manage the wildlife populations.
So what is the Hunters for the Hungry program?
The Hunters Helping the Hungry program is funded by the Alabama Conservation and Natural Resources Foundation. The Department of Conservation and Natural Resources have a vested interest in the hunter education program and view it as a wildlife management tool. It allows hunters to harvest the deer necessary to properly manage their properties. And some hunters are hesitant to take in more deer than they personally can use. However, with this program, it allows them to harvest the correct amount of deer and assures them that the deer will be utilized as opposed to being wasted.
Text reads, processor.
We don't charge for the meat to be processed for the food for the hungry unless a lot of people like to keep the back straps. We let them keep the back straps for $10. We don't charge them for any skinning, quartering up, or anything like that. We take and grind up everything that's left off of the deer, and when we get our batch full, we call one of the food banks. They come and get it, and when they do, the state reimburses us $1 a pound for it. You couldn't do any better for helping people that are in need, because there is a lot of people in need for meat and food during the holidays, even year-round.
Want to add before we cut?
Okay, women, get out there and go hunting. Get that bow and get that gun. Do your thing. Help the program. Help the needy. Yes. Thank you.
I think most non-hunters don't realize how much effort that hunters put in to the deer that help take care of the population, as far as putting in food plots and doing summer plots and constantly trying to manage the herd and make things better for the white-tailed deer population instead of just going out there and shooting deer. You know, that most true hunters, they put way more in and take care of way more deer than they harvest.
I've had cholesterol problems in the past, and one of the first things that the doctor recommended, well, do you like venison? Well, absolutely. So, he suggested me take more of that into my diet. So we look at that as one of our healthier food choices as far as meat's concerned.
Experience has been good. I mean, because I know it's going to be used, it ain't going to be wasted. And because if you take any kind of game, it needs to be used. It don't need to be wasted.
We just really enjoy it, and we would really like for as many people as possible of the hunters to come out and help participate in this program because it don't cost a thing to participate.
So here at Wheeler National Wildlife Refuge, not only does the refuge support hunting on the refuge lands, but by virtue of the refuge being here, it enables surrounding landowners who own thousands of acres of private land are able to enjoy hunting opportunities on their own land. Without the refuge, those hunting opportunities probably would not be there.
Text reads special thanks Sutton's Deer Processing, Joey Harbin, Stephen Scott, Lieutenant Jonathan Stone, Deborah Sutton, Jackie Medeiros, Houdine Wilson, Janice Wilson, Jason Beers, Dion Vidal.